played very long, so I've played the game for far too long. It looks like we are going live here, though. We do have some spy checking in spawn.
Indeed, we are going live. Let's head into this first mid-fight as the teams make their way to the middle point here. Let's see what they're up to. Let's see what they're going to be doing. As we have Blow Clan immediately taking the right side. Mac being very far forward, very aggressive immediately, trying to lock out the enemy team from their choke and also forcing them basically to go to their right side here. Just a bit of back and forth, no bombs just yet. Finally, somebody decides to jump in and just jumps in behind. And Crayon tries to get onto the combo. There's a lot of damage actually to the combo of Aura, and Crayon's going to be the first one to go down though. Poison and Eames do play with their lives, but...
Yeah, I like the play. Oh, Nevo's actually in. He's just in onto Pickles. Oh no. Oh, he beefed like 3 shots. He had like at least 3 easy shots, like clear shots. I wouldn't say easy, clear shots onto the mid there, unpressured, and whiff. That's unfortunate. But I like the play from Crayon, just like sitting in his own PC. Like, I don't know if it was just like they knew Aura would play right side, but it was just like kind of perfect for Crayon to just sit in his own PC and he'd just get a free bomb basically onto the combo. But we do have even Ubers here, and neither team opting for an off class quite yet.
They're just busy staring at a choke point where nobody else. So Mac finally just trying to poke forward a little bit, but just yeah, teams are very comfortable just waiting it out until somebody decides to screw up and die, kneel over, die of heart disease. You never know. Looks like they're gonna be opting to go into the sewer here. Actually, maybe gonna be trying to catch Aura off guard. Poking forward a little bit, just a little bit of damage being thrown around, not much happening. Maybe they're waiting on some sort of bomb to come in, some sort of play here, or just going to go back. And
yeah, I was thinking what you're thinking there. Like I thought this play in Sewer was going to be something like an opening for Crayon if they just try and bait people onto the low ground in front of choke, and then Crayon can just get a free bomb in from choke. But they don't know. I guess they were just trying to peek and find out what the setup was before they actually commit to something like they're doing now with Leth going jumping through PC here, and they get into. They got onto Azunus and he lives with 5 HP, and then they just rotate Poison in. That is incredibly unfortunate, but then Poison does die.
He does get
Crayon gets arrowed as well, so he's like they can't even chase the frag.
That might be an opening that they can use here. It looks like they're gonna be trying to do that, moving forward through IT. Crayon does pay with his life though, and that might just be that's just the stopping point right for that one. You lose one of your soldiers that early. There's not much you can do, especially when you're in IT. You've got a demo lobbing any kind of explosive your way. You're going to be having a rough time getting through there. But maybe...
Crayon off class here. Ooh, oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, we actually just got Azunus actually went in there. Did not get the force though. Got some damage on Piggles, but not enough to force him.
Might just be the counter sec. I mean, I would be surprised to see him off class, but you never know. Crayon are going to be looking if you can maybe pop somebody's head off here through this choke point. I feel like Aura are somewhat aware, maybe. I mean, they're definitely going to be aware now.
Yeah. And
like, they're going to play around that sniper and hopefully ensure he doesn't get as many angles as he would maybe want to get. But that being said, he's moving very, very far forward here. Does not know about the stickies, and neither does Eames know about him, so that's unfortunate. But let's see if he can get something here. Oh, he does get a good sightline, but does not opt to shoot just yet. Not gonna shoot anybody. He's really looking for demos here. Or like a good pick. That's a good 150, but the buy shot isn't gonna cut it. He's trying to maybe get Eames, catch him out here. He's gonna get spammed away though.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like he has literally 0 items. He's like a 100% stock sniper right now. Like just so I guess it's harder for him to get spy check. Oh, Azunus just bombs choke and gets a frag. I was going to say that he basically he doesn't have the cozy camper on, so it just makes like trying to go for these like hard scope plays like a lot harder. They're a lot more difficult because you can't just sit and tank the shots. We've got Azunus goes in onto Piggles. He has 1 rocket and he actually gets forced. With Nevo hiding in sewer there, getting just some extra chip damage. Left goes in though for the counter sack.
Tries to at least, does not quite manage to pick up anything there. That's a crucial pop though, and it's probably going to allow Aura to move forward here as they will try to mobilize hopefully and not just sit back and stare at people yet. Now moving in through the choke here, trying to take the midpoint. Big boys do not look like they're going to give this up without any sort of fight though, and Crayon pays with his life for that. And yeah, probably just going to have to run away now as Nevo's on a chase onto Mac here. Does get protected by Zodiac though, and it's going to be Crayon's going to be the only player they lose, but Aura already poking forward through the choke as well, while they're just leaving a soldier behind to cap. They really want to like snowball some aggression here. Like for a bit at least, it looked like they were gonna. Crayon just now spawning. They could have definitely tried to take some ground, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Piggles is built relatively well as well. He's at 90% Uber here. Nevo's actually spawning a sniper. Yeah, they realize they've wasted their Uber ad. They're just going to play around Nevo and sniper and hope you can just get a pick. Nevo not opting to go for the full stock loadout. He does have like a cozy camper on, so he can get the very easy hard scopes. Af is just standing still up on this rock, the fence in second. It could be a very easy frag for Nevo here.
Could be an opening pick that he could be looking for. He's, I think they spotted him. I think Af spotted him. He immediately jumped away. They're aware of the sniper now, but Nevo, you know, we've talked about him. He can be pretty dangerous. If he's having a good stride, a good game, he's going to ruin your life. And he's having a good game right now. He could very well just walk forward through sewers and just ruin the lives of big blokes here. We'll have to see.
I've just noticed I've left it there. He's like trying to do like just a jump. Like he's not peeking choke itself. He's peeking over the top of choke, so he can like get information, but he can't get shot by anyone. Nevo's really aggro now, though. He's sniping right up in choke.
Vor does miss the shot on the scout there. Not going to be able to pick up something there. Maybe he's going to try to rotate through IT here, as there's aggression actually. A little bit of big blokes here trying to aggress in choke, maybe push him out. They know he's there. They're really just trying to deny Nevo of any sort of sightline right now, and make sure that he doesn't get any sort of angles. But that being said, most of Aura now actually moving forward into IT here, and they do get the snipe onto Zodiac. That's an opening frag. He's in the respawn for at least 20 seconds, and that might just be something that Aura will try to push off of as they now rotate over to sewers here, and taking it very slow again. Playing around Nevo a lot. Obviously Pickles is aware he's going to be hiding. Big body shot onto Mac. Mac out of the window for a bit. He's low. He's going to have to wait to get healed up. But Poison does die while trying to aggress as well. And
Leth's really weak as well, like underneath PC, waiting for an arrow. It's like if this could. Oh, actually no, they're just going to bomb into sewer. Nevo does. Yeah, he gets the health pack. He can't get out. He got arrowed and the health pack. Another arrow, and he's
They're not letting him die.
I can't believe he lived there.
They're not letting him die.
I was actually surprised that Zodiac didn't just off-class the sniper and just try and counter-snipe Nevo here.
Yeah, like just try to, you know, counteract this.
Yeah, I'd like to see them just continue to try and work like chokes in sewer here. Like getting the pick in PCs, it's just not as likely to happen. Like there's just way more sightlines from sewer, like towards top PC, or you can just look to the point itself.
Playing it really carefully. Like both teams here playing it really carefully. Aura really looking for like a big opening frag to like bust this stalemate. And then, you know, obviously big boys don't want to take big blokes, don't want to take any risks either. Very fierce competition. I feel like both teams really just do not want to screw up at all. They don't want to give the enemy team any more than they can bargain for. And this might just be a very long round if nothing happens very soon. Nevo
like
still trying.
They've peaked Nevo, like they've just walked into sightlines so many times. Like I feel that it's just a matter of time before he does hit one of these shots here. Like he has beefed like a few, but I guess still, you know, first day of LAN, maybe some LAN nerves, not quite used to the desk, whatever. But yeah, he's like again, Mac has just played so aggro here. He should not be. He should be getting punished for these peaks.
He's just not getting punished. There's no real like follow-up either. Like Aura are playing extremely passively beyond just like, you know, making sure that Nevo stays alive. Just like the bare minimum. Just leaving him to his own vices, trying to get the shot off here in IT. Gets a body shot, but that's about it. They're really there you go. That's the one you're looking for. That's an opening that Aura might just use. They're already very aggressive here in IT. Gonna be maybe actually pushing through as well. They have Azunis in on sewers as well. I'm gonna have to see if they actually aggress. They do actually come in. Azunis tries to jump in. Besides, he's not gonna do that, and Counterbomb immediately pushes him away. He's gonna stay alive though. That's the real question.
Yeah, he's just running away from Leth. Even 20% now. Leth gets the frag and should be able to get out through choke here. Poison's getting chased down by Zod. Nah, Zodiac doesn't. He's not gonna overcommit for the frag. And we've still just got Nevo sniping here. Hits another body shot onto the jumping soldier.
Yeah, looks like Aura are actually going to be backing off here. They also lose Eames and Yeehaw. They're absolutely in a losing seat of this fight now. That's going to be enough for Big Blokes to just try to retake this midpoint.
Yeah, they got the force. They got the force on at demos. Like he's dropped like 3 people. They just need to go back to second. They should honestly. I feel they need to set up on last year.
Yeah, they have no choice. Like you can't hold second when you have like 3 players down and you have hold this ad. You can't do anything there. That being said, they are passive, so they're probably expecting big blokes to immediately push in here. If they're lucky, they can obviously force off Piggles, which would be pretty huge for them because it allows them to actually hold very easily. That being said, Eames is dead. Got absolutely mulched by Leth. And yeah, they're going to be able to take the second point for free, essentially. Just that Eames pick was enough, and now they're going to be Ubering into last year, immediately trying to aggress onto the point. The sentry is up on the right side to finally take it down, and there's just cap time on the point. Yeah, nobody's getting them off. Nobody, yeah,
with no Eames, with no demo to stick you off the point, that's just an easy first round there for Big Bloke Lan.
That's an easy first round.
It's a hard team name to say.
It is. It really is. It's like the weird tongue twister alliteration about it. Well, either way, that's a 1-0 for Big Bloke Lan as we're headed into the second mid of our wonderful process map here. Let's see what these teams try to do this time. Maybe switch things up a little bit, maybe do things the exact same way as last time. If you want to win again, maybe you should try to do that.
Crayon's not hiding in his own PC this time. It looks like, yeah, he's going to go for like a much more aggressive mid here. He's just distracted. Oh god, and then yeah, they're just doing like a cycle of like fake bombs there until eventually Crayon has just been picked up. It was like Crayon fake bomb, then Left fake bomb. But now Demos is incredible, like everyone is weak for Aura here. They just, even though they've got 2 frags, they need to sit back and choke just in case to, so they can get healed up.
But I think just losing both their soldiers there is enough to buy Aura the mid. And they're going to be looking to probably not push forward. If this game's been any telling, maybe they're going to aggress a little bit now that they're around down, but I think they're going to play it as slowly and methodically as they have been for the past 12 minutes as well. They're just going to wait for their respawns, wait to get a little bit of a clearer advantage. That being said, Yaw is just running in for choke.
Yeah, and Nico dies on the top PC there. Like, while they had like both soldiers down, Azunis was still alive. I don't know, he went into PC. Leth actually went in immediately. I think he just fast roll out and got 1 rocket onto Demos. But while they had Azunis alive at the end of mid there, they probably should have just sent him in before either soldier spawned for
just like a counter sack or something.
Big Bloke, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna call them the Blokes, I think, from now on.
It's a good idea.
It's a lot easier.
Well, let's see.
Azunis comes in now though.
Oh yeah, there's a double bomb comes in. They do get onto Pickles.
Oh!
Not a lot of damage.
1 air shot there onto Crayon. He did not crater, he lived on 14 HP.
And Azunis just pays with his life for that sack. Might be seeing a counter sack come out of the Blokes here as Left does make his way through the choke. A big fast roll into sewer, just trying to get behind, trying to be a little bit of a
just
like X factor.
Huge distraction there for the team. Like they picked up Eames, Crayon dies, but Left's just coming back in.
Gets him. The cleanup by Mac gets him.
Yeah. That's just such like, oh no, Afka dropped in the Uber there. That's not great, but Yeehaw's behind, gonna try and start a back check. And we've got
a pause.
Yeah, we've got a pause. For some reason my HUD's just saying that the cap's still going. There's been quite a few pauses here already today. Like I don't know if it's just people having if it's rental PCs they're having issues with, or if it's some people have had mumble issues. I have no idea.
There's been like a lot of network issues generally at LAN as well. So
again, it's the first day. Everything will get sorted out. But what was I going to say there? Yeah, the play by Leth, like everyone, I think all of Aura just expected them to try and actually just straight away commit on to Piggles. Demos even, but just going behind into Sur, they've all turned. As they turn and look at him, like just running behind, everyone from Big Bloke they just flooded through choke. They got Eames straight away. I think he died to Mac, I think, and then as they turn back to then look at everyone coming through choke, that's when Leth comes back in and
cleans up.
I'm going to call it the drop on the Demos. Let's drop because it was mostly like his work that got it done. Mike did fire maybe a couple of sticks.
Like a random sticky.
I'm gonna give it to Leth. But at this point is gonna be pretty much even Ubers. Like the Uber's going to fade for Piggles here, but I think Demos is gonna spawn very soon. So it might be like a little bit of an Uber ad. But they are going back for Yeehaw in the back cap. I can't remember where it was, like how far along the cap was when the pause started though. So he could actually be just like a couple seconds away from capping it, or it could be safe. And going by the positioning of the Blokes, it looks like they're sure that they can't actually out-cap him on mid, even though they'll have spawners probably very shortly after the pause.
Gonna be looking to he's probably gonna get that back cap. They're gonna be looking to go back. So he's buying a lot of time. That being said,
yeah, he definitely is. Like we've got. Eames has just spawned, I think. Where's Azunis? Oh, I didn't realize that. Azunis is actually in the blue sewer there, so like, as long... I don't know if the pause affects things, but there is a health pack there. He can pick that up, and then if they go through choke, if they don't know he's in sewer, he could just come out when Yeehaw calls it, and they can just get straight onto Pickles. Might not be an easy frag, but it could happen.
Could be crucial if it works. If it
yeah,
works
if it works, it could be an absolutely huge advantage.
Especially now that
turned the other way for Aura.
Well,
but that's all. This is all conjecture at this point. I've got no clue. Because, like, as I said, I've just really remembered Piggles Uber hasn't even ended yet. It just says 0 in the HUD because of the pause. I'm not sure what the issue is, but it's taken a while, so I'm hoping it's not very serious.
Somebody crashing probably. That would be bad. Wouldn't want that.
Yeah, hoping it's not PC issues. I'm not sure what else it could be that it would take this long. I think if it was like Mumble or something, I feel it would be fixed already. No idea.
No clue.
Let's have a quick look at our scoreboard here. Oof, Eames is on 4 points. I'm not sure, again though, the timer keeps ticking down, but we've had like over 10 minutes and we've not... I think just because of that one stalemate at choke where it was just Nevo like running around on Sniper for like 5 minutes, there's just not really much has happened. It's like most of the game I feel so far has been that one stalemate.
Yeah, it's been very slow, very slow.
And then
even now, like, you know, even being around down, Aura are still playing very slowly in general.
Yeah.
Like, they've got the back cap now, but how much time is that going to buy them? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that depends. Like, the back cap could buy them either a lot of time or a lot of Uber advantage, depending on how Azunis
how it goes out.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be going back into the game soon. If only we could actually see or have word from the teams for what's actually gone wrong. Oh well, such is life.
Such is life.
Yeah. So, how's your LAN been so far?
Pretty good, pretty chill.
Yeah, I feel we've exhausted everything we can talk about.
There's absolutely nothing.
So yeah, just
half the players are dead anyway. That I wasn't supposed to talk about.
Yeah, yeah, literally half the team. Yeah. Yeah. Have you been around the expo hall or anything?
I walked around a little bit. Yeah, got some food and stuff. It's interesting, I guess, if you're 12 years old and enjoy Fortnite.
Yeah, like I think the one thing I did see that was pretty cool was like there was like a climbing wall. Admittedly, it was with the army, but there was like they had like a climbing wall, and like Drac and Jimbot are both like very into rock climbing.
We're actually live again.
Yes, we don't.
People are moving. We can play the game.
We don't need to talk.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah. So it does not get the back cap. As soon as tries to come in to clean up, does not work either. Yeah. But that did buy a bit of time, as you know, Big Looks had to go back. Aura can maybe set up mid and try to defend it as the bomb immediately comes out to Eames. Ooh, he gets cleaned up by Mac as well. And that's crucial enough. That's the midpoint one. You lose the demo, and the Aura people are still dead. They're going to take that midpoint, stack it, make sure that absolutely nobody gets forward spawns, and try to move through sewer here now. Actually, seeing if they can push forward immediately. Blokes.
Oh God, Mac just bombing straight in there. Did slam the S key, but he's putting out he puts out a lot of damage there.
Yeah, Poison and Azunis, both soldiers now down for Aura. Eames going dangerously, also having to back off. Left just not watching his health and managing to take his own life, trying to jump into lobby. I don't know, maybe sacked, you never know. Some sort of interesting sack play. But yeah, like, Big Looks immediately gonna roll into last here, trying to see what he can do. The Uber exchange is happening on the point. Slightly better Uber out of Demos. And we're gonna have to see if that's gonna be enough for them to win the post-Uber fight immediately. Lots of aggression on the point against Zodiac, the first player to fall onto the side of Blokes, but everybody else on Aura just died.
Yeah, I think I've got like a 2, I think, on that last push. I think he just kind of cleaned up there. Again, I think it was maybe just like the late spawn of being, 2 people. Oh, there was that Azunis and Eames both looks like they both crashed or something there. Both of them just leaving the game right before the pause happened.
Damn. Well, heading into the 3rd round. Let's see what these teams try to do again. Taking a little bit slower, obviously. Aura's mid is probably going to be a little screwed, considering that, their players died. So we'll have to see if anything happens, anything interesting. Left picking up the first player on Poison, and Azunis going down as well. No soldiers on the side of Aura. That means no bombs, no aggression, no room that can be made. And yeah, that's going to be enough to just pressure them out again. Yeah,
that was actually like, I think it's basically just Zodiac's mid there. He did like a ton of damage. I think it was Poison that he got down off of mid, and then got the frag onto Azunis. Then was actually down the Creon.
Creon did get in. He did slip through and actually managed to pick up Demos too. That's really bad for Aura here. If you're already losing mid, you're already on the back foot, and you lose your medic while trying to back off as well. That's extremely bad. You do not want that to happen. And yeah, Blokes are just going to be rolling forward here, trying to see if they can immediately take last as well.
Yeah, Demos at least is like spawned so he can get his team buffed up and then get overhealed. Like this injury from Yeehaw though, this is incredibly late. Like this shouldn't work. Is it where they got level 2 up? I don't know why the Blokes are taking so long to push here. Like I guess there's the sniper of Nevo.
They do have full on. There you go. They pop in through lobby here, immediately take down the sentry. Obviously now you have to clear up the stickies on the point. I don't know how they're going to be going about that because those are still there. You cannot step on it. They're finally cleared, and the damage is just being exchanged. Nobody's died yet. Absolutely. Poison's the first person to die. Trades with left essentially, and Neva also gets taken down. This is looking to turn into the Blokes' favor here as Aura are slowly crumbling, and yep, that's another round for them.
All of like everyone that was alive on Aura there, where all 4 of them were just like stuck in spawn there, and Mac could just like stand and just spam stickies and pipes there while his team just got on point towards the end of the fight there. It was just unfortunate. I guess it was just really well played on the one hand for Big Boy season, Big Bloke land.
Fair enough. Let's see. 4th round. They're going through this very, very quickly. I'm actually surprised at how quickly this is going. Let's see what's happening here. Zoom's trying to take a little bit of early high ground, and Aura very spread out on this mid. Like Blokes, a lot more cohesion there.
Oh, left with the air. I think that was an air shot. I'm hoping it was onto Demos there. Either that or the perspective completely threw me. So now, yeah, Zunis has got no HP. Yeehaw's going to try and go in to try and get the frag onto Piggles, but it shouldn't work.
It shouldn't. That's what you say. And
oh my god, Yeehaw. Zunis, he bought enough time for Zunis to get the pack in his own PC, and he just comes in and cleans up on like the 130 damage that Yeehaw somehow did. That is unbelievable levels of beef there.
They salvaged that. They salvaged that. And Demos, by the way, on the crit streak now.
Oh.
Very interesting choice here.
I guess he might have spawned before Piggles actually went down, so he thought he'd get like at least a bit, try and catch up on the Uber. Now it's just going to be huge ad here. So I'm going to get on this Eames cam.
I want to see if they make great use of these crits, especially now with the ad that they have as well, the pretty big ad. They might just be able to catch out some Aura players here, some Bloke players here, and yeah, they're going to be poking forward for choke immediately, looking to probably pop off these crits very, very soon. Eames is charging that sticky, you know it. He's lobbing it in.
Oh,
he picks up Piggles!
He gets it.
And he also kills up Zodiac right away. Can he get the shot onto? Not quite. Can't get the shot on Crayon, but that's big enough. That's big enough. You
Yeah,
take
left
them
coming in. Oh god, if he's 2 of the rockets and Demon's just jumping away, he manages to live, so that's going to be like again another big advantage here for Aura Elektro. That was really nice from Eames. It's the first sticky is the one that matters the most, and he nailed it straight.
Absolutely nailed it right below his feet.
Yep.
That was wonderful. Already poking forward here as well. Eames very aggressive onto the second point immediately, trying to shut out any sort of Bloke players that want to just contest them. And yeah, they're just going to make sure that nobody does that. They're also coming up on a crit streak again. You know, Piggles is still running Uber. He's not going to have anything to respond with, at least in the near future.
Yeah.
So
we've got the Zodiac and Sniper, knowing that no one can be invulnerable here. Like he could get a pick onto someone, possibly onto Demos himself.
Crit's coming out again. Nobody on that side though. Eames, he does get the pipe onto Mac. That's pretty good, pretty crucial frag here as well. And Crayon gets picked up by Poison with the crit splash. That's 2 players down for Blokes. This might just be a point here if Aura re-aggress quickly enough and make sure that they do that before Piggles gets up on his own Uber.
Af kept that sentry alive for a long time there. It didn't really get any damage though, so it's just going to be free ground here for Aura. They're just going to get on the point. They're just going to get the round.
Yep.
Yeah,
walk on.
Yeah, it was like a really nice. That was close time as well. Mac had just spawned. If like the sentry had stayed up like another couple of seconds, Mac might have been able to hold the point then.
That could have been.
So really nice. Like the crits Krieg play, that was really nice from Aura Elektro.
Yeah, taking a round off the back of their crits. They're obviously not opting to go for it again just yet, but they're still in this game. They haven't given up just yet. They're trying to put some rounds on the board here. Let's see how they fare in this 5th mid. Eames very fast to mid this time around, trying to shut out players and choke. Putting out a lot of damage as well, and Aura generally just being very fast here. As soon as the first player to go down, Zodiac quickly trading out for it though. Left trying to go for a cheeky air shot, doesn't quite get it. Crayon is also dead. So is Mac. I think this is a mid that's very, very quickly falling in the favor of Aura here.
Yeah, Poison's going mega aggressive as well. He is just super deep. He has
jumping in!
Oh, Piggles lives on 15 HP.
Oh my god.
That was incredibly close. Like, I don't even know if there was any more poison could have done. Like, he almost died himself just to get a little bit of damage off onto Peggos there. It is full Uber though for both teams.
Yeah, so that's going to be an even situation. And Eames just now spawning, so...
Poison's it.
Oh, he's looking to aggress a little bit. Maybe force... Okay, never mind.
Got one rocket on him. He has the pop. He gets stuck underneath a ramp on the right-hand side there, and Azuna's just with a couple of spam rockets got the force.
That's crucial, because as long as they can keep Demos alive here now and keep that Uber, that being said, they have to back off a lot, because Bloke's being very aggressive, you know. 2 players down, you can't really protect it easily, but they're going to be trying to regress immediately, Uber in, make sure that these players do not get out for free, do not get out unpunished. That being said, Mac's going to die, and that's about it.
Yeah, but Mac going down here means that it's going to be an incredibly hard last hold here. Like, there's no stickies on point. Eames can just stick this off, and he and Ehawk can just get on the point here.
Just walking forward, yeah, just, you know, why bother killing
this heavy
walk on the point?
With, though.
The heavy is going to be a big thing to take down here. He's just getting heals pumped into him. If you don't focus that heavy down, he's just going to kill all of you. Yeah. He's doing that right now.
Yeah.
He's killing all of them.
Yep. 3 kills there for Zodiac on the last hold.
Just
Eames is actually stuck in lobby here in an awkward 1v1 with Mac. Yeah, Mac just wins that handily.
You do not.
Was that Af in PC? I think it was. That was
very far forward.
Not sure why he was that far forward on
very
his own.
Strange.
Yeah.
Oh, he does pay with it. Does pay with his life for that. So.
And we do have a 25% ad for Peggos here. We've got. He drops! Azunas just comes in from Surny, gets the drop onto Peggos.
Immediately left, trying to go in to respond. Does not manage to pick up Demos though. Going dangerously low, but he does not die. And Aura stay in the seat. Stay in the driver's seat for now.
Yeah, Crayon going down in PC as well there, just to Nevo and Poison. That's absolutely not like it would like you know Crayon wanted to go in from PC, but there's just 2 people just standing there just spamming at him.
Can't do anything, and yeah, that's the Uber coming in from Aura immediately. Mac instantly destroyed Senator Meat Grinder. Sentry also down before he can really do anything. They do have a sniper trying to do a little bit of a cheeky headshot there, but
yeah, that was really nice from Eames that Uber. Like he just like crouched dead just straight into last, got onto the. I think he must have like synced like 2 stickies landing perfectly on Mac's feet in spawn, and then just straight to the other side, kills the sentry, and then just gets the frag.
Yeah, it's very quickly done. Let's see what the 6th round holds for us. Still 7 minutes on the clock, a lot of rounds here in this time. Still a lot that can happen as well. It's both teams again, obviously just exchanging their usual spam. Looks very slow and choked there, he's all bunched up for a bit. We'll see. Crayon is actually, he's playing very passively here in IT, very slowly.
Yeah, this is what he did on the first bit. So then his team can tell them that there's people near the PC. He just comes in, he gets loads of damage on the Poison there.
And bombs are being exchanged as well. Crayon actually going to be the first player to pay with his life, and Mac and Meat getting cleaned up as well. It's looking pretty bad for the blokes now. They don't want to stay into this, and yeah, Aura is going to take that mid and immediately roll forward into sewers as well. Seeing if they can snowball a little bit of momentum potentially. As Eames jumps in, just trying to take a lot of ground.
Poison went in as well and just died on the point. They pop, but the counter comes from Demos immediately.
Yeah, that's an Uber exchange. You don't really want to have an Uber exchange there, but you know it does happen. Left it goes down, but Eames is also dead, and Nevo and Poison have been dead for a while. So yeah, this is going to be blokes hanging onto their 2nd point and potentially even moving forward a little bit more aggressively as the reinforcements arrive. As soon as does go down, but yeah, I think they're just going to be able to hold us mid here now.
Yeah, that was a really weird like start to the Ubers there. I don't think it was actually a force from Peggos. It just looked like Leth wanted the Uber on him, and he just jumped straight in and got the pop onto Demos. We actually got Mac just kind of bombing in from. Oh god, he's incredibly weak though. He tried to do some cheeky bombing like a half commit into 2nd and just dies for it. Crayon, ooh, nice rocket onto Nevo and PC there.
That's both soldiers down for blokes as well as Af.
Yeah, they're bleeding.
They're bleeding their players. I mean, Nevo and Eames especially, decent pick obviously. You know, you do want your demo on pushes, but they don't have the players. They don't have the players to really contest this point very well right now, and they're playing it passively as Aura roll forward with their scouts. They're even Ubers. I wonder which Mac's gonna get popped first here. It's gonna be Demos.
Yeah, and it's just Mac just kind of standing there, just doing 180s over and over, trying to decide what if he wants to try and sticky people in or out. And oh, Leth actually just jumps, gets 2 rockets onto Demos there, and he goes down. You just get the instant counter aggression.
Instantly, the wonderful
Aura.
synchronization there. You love to see it, but he's not dead.
Yeah,
Pickles
Pickles took he didn't even take any damage from the initial bomb. Yeehaw in another clutch situation. Can he get the hack and sewer? After it's the frag. Nevo is just going to escape here.
He's going to have to run. If he'd be a fool to try to contest something like that. And yeah, that's just Aura again losing the mid fight here, losing the middle, and not much they can do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like they didn't realize the spawn times for the blokes. Like everyone was up in like a few seconds, like 1 second after they came through choke, and like the spawners obviously for blokes are going to be way closer.
Left and Freyon both like pretending to bomb in for a bit there though before deciding to get out again. Freyon, just a little bit of aggression, but poking forward just ever so slightly.
Max really alone on the low ground here though. He's actually, he actually gets the frag onto Zunis. I was surprised he didn't go down there.
He lives, just
Yeah,
does it like
Leth is mega deep. He just gets it.
He
He
does
gets
get it.
Demos.
Absolutely wonderful. You love to see it. And Crayon also trying to follow up a little bit with the aggression. He does pay with his life, but that pick onto Demos is crucial here. They have the full Uber ad, and I wouldn't be surprised if we just see them wait for their soldiers here and then immediately try to take it forward, as there's still no heals up at all on the side of Aura.
Yeah, they're going to have to contend with like some overheals from Aura Elektro, but it is just a full Uber advantage. They should be going lobby here like through 4 or something. Like they should be going through 4. They should assume that there's going to be like a sentry somewhere and like actually try and get some info before pushing.
Yeah, especially
they
with
go 1 here, all they can do is maybe get the medic and heavy.
Yep, there you go. The Uber comes in for 1. Medic does go down. They do pick up Demos. He gets caught out, and the stickies of the point get cleared as well. The sentry is down already as well. The heavy's trying to jump down. Not enough.
Okay, apparently Zodiac just ran in from like 4 or 5 there and just got straight on the point. I don't know where the stickies from Eames were, if like one of the soldiers just cleared.
I think they cleared them off a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So he just walks on the point. Why kill Pleagle when you can just walk on the point, play the objective? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. That's another round for the blokes here, as we're now headed into what could be our final round with 2 minutes left on the board. Mac again, choosing to go the right side here, and meeting Eames on his pack. As soon as with a high, big bomb in, trying to get onto Pickles, he does pick him up. That's clean. That's very clean. Clinical almost. You love to see it. Left and Mac also going playing with their lives.
Freyon with the counter jump, the counter aggression just goes straight from his own PC and gets the frag onto Demos though. He salvages the mid for them, and that means that it's going to be a much easier time for the blokes holding on at least last tier, if not second.
Especially with those 2 minutes left on the time and 2 rounds down, Aura they just have to roll forward. They can't wait now. They have to absolutely take any advantage they can and try to just make it work.
Like, Eames is standing on the low ground there. Like, honestly, I feel they should just all be on the point here stacking this.
And they're just...
If it takes them much longer than like 30 seconds to get this round, it's just going to be GG.
It's going to be mathematically impossible, yeah. So they're not really looking to be aggressive either.
Yeah.
They're very passive, still waiting.
And I feel like that, honestly, Piggle's death on mid there was honestly feels like it was only like his 2nd or 3rd death on the whole map here. Like, I feel he's not died. Demos has like almost full crits now, so I'm going to get on this Eames cam and see if he can work his magic again.
See, oh, that's, nope, never mind.
The Uber pop,
they have the Uber.
Mac mulches in lobby, gets Azunis, Eames and Demos in quick succession.
Yeehaw trying to be him behind, nothing he can do there, and yeah, I think that's it, honestly. Nevo trying to see if he can maybe make something happen, but at this point it's just for the logs. These games are just trying to get clips for their frag videos.
Yeah, I think we're in what the kids call garbage time at this point.
Very well.
But that was like really good though. Pop from Piggles there on last just straight on the Mac. He got the 4K. Piggles dies now, but oh, that was actually a really nice rocket from Azunis.
Azunis just
going off there.
Huge. They're killing 3 people just behind.
That is definitely some good log frags for him there. But it is GG at this point. Very well played by both teams, but the blokes coming out on top there.
Absolutely. They do pick up another round actually, or just for the scoreline. I mean, it does matter, I guess, in the end.
Yeah, like the game was. I think I'm not sure how long the first 3 rounds took when like the blokes were just miles ahead, but because it was 3 really quick rounds for Big Bloke Land there, and like Aura just kind of brought it back like really quite well.
It was like despite blokes going up early, it was very balanced.
Yeah.
I mean, the first round took like what, 12 minutes? That's pretty long.
Yeah, and then it was just like another quick 2 rounds.
So I think it was a very evenly matched game. I mean, the scoreline obviously suggested these games, they did well.
Yeah, they very well. And I'm just going to give a shout out to Zodiac. I've already brought the logs up. He did very well, and I'm proud of him.
Yeah,
Piggles, single-digit deaths. Yes. But yeah, that was a really good game. It was about as entertaining as I expected it to be, and like with Leth and Crayon both still like every single time. Well, it wasn't many times to be fair that Piggles died. They were straight in, like with the jumps just to get in onto the demos. Yeah, like it was really well played by both teams.
Wonderfully done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's going to be it from us, though. Let's have a more in-depth analysis, because we're just scrubs. We don't know anything. We're going to have the analysis actually do our thing. We have Extine, Alba, and Dum joining us on the analysis desk, so they're going to be doing their magic now.
Thanks so much, Surny and Kermit. Certainly an exciting game, 4-3 being the final score line with that last-minute round by Aura Elektro. Alba, what were some of your thoughts on that match?
So starting off in the beginning, both teams, or I should say Aura, looked very uncomfortable with how slow Big Blow Clan was playing. And they managed to grind up, I think it was 2 rounds. And after that, Aura realized that they had to start to put the pressure on, which they did. And they kind of managed to bring it back a little bit. And I think overall, Big Blow Clan did really well with the roamer plays, making sure either they were for distracting or the team would distract so the roamer could get a lot of work done.
Dum, what were your thoughts there? I mean, Aura Elektro certainly made some adjustments. Do you think that if it was a best of 3 that they could have rolled that back, or just generally there, what were your thoughts on how they approached the game?
I think if it was a best of 3, best of 5 series kind of deal, it would be a different story. Maybe not an immediate win, but definitely better games over time for Aura Elektro here. They definitely adjusted, like Alba said, over time. The stalemate game didn't really favor either of them, but eventually Big Blow Clan figured out a way to break it and got a few quick rounds one after another. Aura had to change the pace. They did so. It brought the game a lot closer. Obviously not quite enough, but in the end, they just didn't play quite as well as we're used to seeing from them. There were just moments where they didn't feel as cohesive as they usually are. Yeah. There were moments where people just did individual things that weren't quite planned out together. There were a few moments where Demos was just alone, and Big Blow Clan greatly capitalized off of every single chance they had.
Yeah, let's take a look at the logs as well to see what else we can pick out about some of the individual performances here. Couple big numbers standing out. Alba, some thoughts from you?
I mean, you see Mac there in the top of the damage. He was doing really well, hitting some really nice pipes and stickies. You also have Leth, who's nicking Bloke there, who was the roamer. He was doing really well, getting a lot of work done. You also have Af with some really good numbers, and Zodiac, of course.
Yeah, that's sort of surprising on Leth there, who is aliased as Bloke. Just surprising in the sense that he is second in damage, but with a negative KDA there, 13 to 19, kind of surprising. Dom, some thoughts from you on these numbers?
Maybe not so much about numbers, but just in general, it's really interesting to see how these, how Big Blow season, or Big Blow Clan in this case, adjusted after what was previously the Theorists. They had a different lineup, 3 different players, one of which was their main caller. They picked up new people, and it's still working incredibly well. So it's not quite the same anymore, but it's still working really, really well for them. They, I think, even had to change a little bit around a bit for LAN here with Zodiac being picked up, but it's clearly working out for them. Everybody knows what they have to do, and they pick them apart whenever they needed to.
Yeah, certainly, one thing I've heard a lot about growing in competitive TF2 is that you want to have a core part of your team and then just work around there. So certainly interesting, as you both have mentioned, that this is kind of the merging of 2 teams, but they have found a path forward. Let's take a look at those medic stats as well to see what that might tell us about how these teams were operating. Some thoughts from you, Dom? Do you see anything that stands out for you?
I mean, the stalemate nature immediately comes like as something obvious here when you see biggest advantage lost on Aura. Obviously, really, really long time now with 240 seconds. That's, something you really don't want to see, especially when you're rounds down already. You're just forced to sit there and figure out a way to break the stalemate, and it just doesn't really work out. Same thing can be said about average time before using. Both teams, especially in the early half of the game, just forced to sit there and at times even rely on the snipers, which work better for Big Blow Clan team, sorry, and for Aura. That would not really quite having the impact that he would like to have had on the game with the sniper.
Alba, I want to point out that Kritzkrieg, 3 charges were pulled off by Aura. Do you think that's something that we might see more of in this LAN, or do you think it's something that certain teams work on, or what are just kind of your general thoughts on how it played out in this map?
I think it's the kind of play you will use if you are a few rounds down, just to try to change the momentum, which Aura managed to do for quite a while. But then Big Blow Clan brought it back. So we saw Eames hitting some really big stickies there on Medic and a Scout, I believe, with the crits. So I definitely think it's something we'll see more, either if a team is leading by quite a big margin, or have rounds to claw back to.
Now, Big Bloke LAN pulling off the win here. We were discussing this in the crowd, just that they started the game playing kind of a little bit slower paced, and then were maybe kind of thrown off by the aggression by Aura, and then ended up switching kind of roles in that, becoming more aggressive themselves. Dum, what would you suggest to the Big Bloke LAN, as they do have some big opponents coming up here?
I think the playing slow part at the beginning of the game isn't necessarily the worst idea. They have some time to figure out how the opponent approaches certain situations without taking too many risks. So if that's something they're consciously doing, it's definitely a good idea. If they just were just a bit afraid of just throwing themselves too early into this game, it still worked out in their favor, even if it was not as much of a conscious decision. Maybe if it was certainly the right choice to make. So that's something I would definitely not say is a bad idea. It's definitely a lot safer to do than just approaching the game heads-on aggressively and trying just immediately to smash the opponent with aggression and then just walking to a brick wall.
Same question to you, Alba. You know, were there things that you saw from Big Bloke LAN that you'd like to see them focus on as their strategies moving forward against some of these other teams?
Yeah, I think they could do more elaborate stack plays. They didn't really do a lot of stacks. It was very like passive, more getting a solely picked off and then switching to sniper and trying that route. So I think a little bit more elaborate stack plays where they maybe fake a solly and then jump a second solly in, and that kind of play would help them a lot.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your guys' thoughts and your excellent analysis. We're going to again take just a quick little break here as we get set up for our next match. But we have a few more of these invite group round robin matches. We'll also give you guys an update on the open group once we have some time to sit down and look at the latest results. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back shortly.